Yeah, there we go. We're great.
There we go. Perfect.
Woo!
Yeah, we've done it. We've done
A
it.
little bit of a change of scenery today. Do you want to do the intro?
What's the
We've a change of scenery today.
What is the intro usually?
We just fucking.
We just kind of have
talk
a.
shit,
Oh, sorry, this is
man.
me. I thought I had to look at every other previous podcast.
No,
I thought there was like there's like you don't know the intro.
Throw it on you.
What is wrong with you, man?
No, we just kind of shoot the breeze and then we
Okay.
say with us today.
Okay, perfect.
You
Cool,
know?
I'll do that.
There you go. Yeah.
We can cheers. We've watched this
Yes.
sound equipment.
Yeah, let's cheers.
You don't have a
There you
drink.
go.
You don't
Yeah.
have any drink in yours, do you?
No.
That's it.
I can't have
This
AIDS.
isn't Fair City. You've got AIDS. Oh shit! I knew it. I knew you had AIDS. He's by the head of you. He's got that. He's got that AIDS head, doesn't he?
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
I only cleansed.
Yeah.
Right, lads.
Bob
Deadly.
Geldof's wet
He's
dreams.
having now is we're in a new environment. A new
Yeah.
environment unlocked.
There
Yeah.
you go.
We're in the
There you
Newscheck
go.
office.
Yeah,
Newscheck office with David
that's
Atkinson.
it. Thank you so much for not saying news talk.
Do people say that?
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
All the
no.
time.
Did I just say news, dude?
No, news check.
I
You
did
said-
say news
You
check.
said news check, but you kind of went news. Check.
I just thought I said news, dude,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
We're with the news.
Yeah.
What's
I-
going on today?
What time is it? It's nearly 6 o'clock as well. Actually, sorry.
It's half six.
That's an hour behind.
Oh, you
That's
didn't
an hour
change it.
behind.
You
I
didn't
haven't.
change it last week.
That was 2 weeks ago. I haven't
weeks.
changed. That's been sitting at the wrong time for 2 weeks.
It's, do you know what
I'm
that
not
goes-
expecting you for another half 45 minutes.
What
me
time we
there,
going
really.
here? Here, I'll pretend to be Ross McCartney.
Is that Ross McCarthy? Is that what he looks like? Is
I
that the
don't
head
know. I was going to do something there,
Yeah.
but then I was like, whatever I do, it could be offensive or whatever it was.
yeah.
I don't have an impression of
We
it.
started this off by saying we have hands. I think you're
Yeah.
on.
No,
We-
I
we
never
led.
said I have AIDS. You said that.
Oh, fuck.
That was-
David, we're fucked.
I led with the I have AIDS, and then
Yeah.
you piggybacked. You supported
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he
Like
loves
a good
piggyback.
host.
Like a good host,
piggyback.
exactly.
He was like a good host.
Little piggyback.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
loves it.
Squeal like a pig. Oh, lads.
Oh,
this is
thanks for
brilliant.
having us here and
Yeah.
welcome to the podcast.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, thank you so much. Can we talk for a second about your jumper?
Yeah.
Is that flecks of paint like you were painting, or is that actually the design?
So apparently women like painters.
Okay.
So
right.
I try my best.
Like,
No,
get-
it's
get
the
a pair of Snickers
design.
trousers, and you're really laughing then, aren't you?
It's the design, and you know what? What age are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, because usually over the age of 30,
Yeah.
no mess, everyone says, are you a painter? Are you a
Yeah.
painter? Are you?
Oh, is that a
But
thing?
under 30, you're like, it's a cool hoodie.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Big time. Big
Oh
time.
my
It
god.
is a cool hoodie.
Thank you. It's actually Jordan, if you're wondering.
Okay, right. Very good.
Not
Yeah.
that helps, like.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
yeah. That one's cool.
It's Jordan. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
right.
just-
I have a pair of those Jordan trousers or shoes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Should you get mixed up with your trousers and
Stuff
shoes?
from the 30,
often?
yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah. I'm actually wearing a fine pair of trousers on my feet. I have a lovely pair of tracksuit trousers. Tracksuit jeans there. I used to have a pair of those Jordans, and I was going out with a girl, and she said, "Are you a basketballer? No. Why do you have these?" Oh, sorry, I was going to say something way worse. I was like, I can't say that. I actually can't
It's
say
alright,
that.
we know the editor.
No, yeah, do you? No. It's terrible. Are you black man? And I was like, no, you can't wear them. I spent €190. €190 on these fucking Jordan
Oh,
shoes,
Jesus
and
Christ.
I can't wear them.
That's
I can't
such a
wear
white
them.
boy mistake.
Honestly, yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a white boy trying to be cool.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
too
yeah.
much money. It's a sign of.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I
That's
know
the
someone
thing.
else like that a little bit.
What?
Trying to
What,
see
is
what
it you with the fucking paint shoes convincing me that because I wouldn't understand? You're too old to
Straight away.
understand.
What age are you?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Shut up. Yeah, what age are you? You're over 30.
Fashion. This is fashion.
Oh, Jesus, lads.
Oh,
Right,
that's
we'll
funny.
get,
That's
that's
funny.
very good. I like this already, by the way. I
Yeah,
don't want
so
to keep
good.
saying that in it now because I can annoy people by saying that, but this is good already from the
Okay,
get-go.
good, yeah. From
we
the
get
get-go.
get
Yeah.
into it now, will we?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
He
say
loves
that.
that, he
I
loves
say
that.
that a lot sometimes as well.
Okay,
We could
right.
be like 10 minutes into it and be like, would we get straight into it now?
Okay, I love that.
And
I
then
love
little,
that.
little habits, like, you know, you get into these little things, like,
Here you go. You can try the headphones.
Can I
now
have a
for
go?
while. Yeah, you can have a go now while we're here. Yeah.
He loves the sound.
You
of
can
his
hear
own
yourself.
voice.
You can
never
hear
gonna
yourself there.
Whoa, this is mad.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
are.
we've used
better,
headphones
yeah.
before.
No, but these are different.
Are
Are
they?
they?
Yeah.
What do you mean they're different?
These smell nice.
Are you, yeah, am
Yeah,
I
I
too
smell
old?
them
Am I
too,
too
yeah.
old
Try
to
them on.
understand?
Try them on there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm actually
Well,
alright.
the
Do
two
you want
of
them
us
back?
admit to having AIDS, so
Yeah,
we're gonna just try. And he says he can smell them. I don't know if that's a symptom of AIDS, but
Pop that on.
definitely.
Come on now.
He actually, on our podcast, when I was a solo, he wants to wear the headphones.
yeah, always
want to wear
wanted
them.
Because he thinks sometimes we can talk over each other.
Yeah.
And there was one where
I think I'd rather with this now. We all none
So
of us
do
have
I.
the headphones.
So
on,
do I.
actually.
Take it
Yeah,
off,
that's a
yeah.
lot better.
Let's
Actually,
go.
yeah. Yeah, I'll
them out
take
the
them.
window.
Yeah, throw them out the window, yeah.
We had a guest though, and I tried to get the
Yeah,
guest to
poppers.
wear them, and the guest said, "I don't know if I want to wear them." And then since then, we've never worn them.
never wore them again.
Oh, they've never worn them ever again?
No, never
Why?
worn them.
Oh, sorry. So you've never worn headphones?
One
We
episode.
did for like two. I think
episodes,
two.
wasn't
And,
it?
so- and they said they didn't want to wear them.
Yeah.
We were like, we wear headphones if you want.
No. What happened was he said, put the headphones on. And the guest was like, I don't know if I want to
Is
have
that
the...
podcast? Is that the producer?
No, our actual guest we had on. I can't remember.
Strip. Naked.
Headphones on, clothes off.
Headphones on, clothes off. Leave that paint flecked jumper on the ground. Yeah, that's right. There's an opera house in Wexford. Yeah, we're
Straight
very
in.
cultured. Yeah, yeah. We say words like flecked down in Wexford. Yeah.
Not flicked.
Yeah, flicked.
Flick
No,
that thing.
flicked is totally different. You don't fleck a
Sorry.
bean. You don't fleck a bean. You know what I mean?
You're not flicking
Hey, I don't know anything.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, that is the title of this episode, you know.
That is someone else.
Is that what I mean?
No, it's just a bit of thread or something.
Oh my god.
You know,
This is
like-
brilliant. I'm trying to get
sweating
the
already.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
sweating? Yeah, you said you were going to take the shirt off.
And you know what happens? The more you laugh, the warmer you get.
Really?
Oh,
Right,
we found that
Just
big
a bit
time.
like flecking.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit like it. Yeah, I'm going to
This
keep
is
an eye
like
on
an
this.
away day. I have to rep the home kit.
Yeah.
What do you mean an
no.
away day? An away day from where?
From the usual studio in the podcast studio.
So, why is that your uniform?
That's
in the
his
studio?
uniform, so I
Body
have
warmer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sure, you're
body
wearing
warmer.
it as well.
Yeah.
Why? What's in the body
It's
warmer?
over the flex top.
Yeah, come on, take it off. Show me the whole.
Did you not
Show us
notice
the
that? No.
fleck.
The
Show us the fleck.
The
Come
body
on.
warmer is... Did you not know that the body
I
warmer?
did.
Okay,
I
okay.
did.
So
But I was like, but you know, I kind of was so entranced by the flecking.
paint.
I missed the.
Yeah. I've always wear body warmers. It's like my little...
It's like your little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's always been a bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane
Well,
Daniel
Connor.
Bourne did it the best. He was like, it's like a little comfy blanket.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So-
Right.
Yeah, so it's like a little comfy blanket.
So do you sleep in that then as well? You sleep in that?
I sleep, yeah, sometimes. It
A bigger
depends.
version of
Yeah,
them. It's called a sleeping
No,
bag.
Oh, right, okay.
when I'm on my own, I don't. When I'm with a girl, I do.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. No contact because of the AIDS.
So,
Yeah.
so wait, what?
Don't fleck this being.
No fleck. Never fleck that.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
This is
Sorry,
brilliant.
funny.
Dave, we get into a bit about you now.
Yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
introduce
Sorry, that
yourself?
was fantastic.
That-
I have
that's-
to say, sorry, really good.
This is brilliant.
I feel like I'm giving feedback. This is fantastic. I think we're still working.
Yeah.
I'm actually the sound engineer here as well, for fuck's sake. Christ, my God.
Best away day ever.
Yeah.
Best it was a school tour, is it? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
You're the driver and the teacher.
Yeah, we got the mugs. Yeah, I'm the teacher, and I'm like, what's with these awful new jumpers that they have? These Jordans.
These Jordans, what do they think they are?
What do they think they are? Jordan? I don't ever heard of Jordan.
Basketball players?
There's only one Jordan I know, and they have.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
You know what I
Big
mean?
chin.
The price.
Yeah,
He's a massive chin.
massive shit. They're on Louis Theroux recently.
Oh, lads, I cannot do that. You see that?
I'm walking here.
Try it.
Pizza. Go on.
Oh my god, I'm sweating behind the knees.
I actually
Yeah,
am.
that-
Yeah, I've got sweat in my armpits and behind my knees.
That is
Where have
good.
you got sweat?
Everywhere. I am
It's
sweating.
hot, isn't it? It actually
It
is
is
hot
hot.
in
It gets
here.
hot.
There's an office downstairs. The second floor is an office, and they have names on all their meeting rooms.
Okay.
This meeting room downstairs is called the sauna.
Oh,
For
really?
I think for the reason that no should ever have a podcast. in
Yeah,
here, because
yeah,
it's
too
Whoever was
absolutely
naming the room named it wrong because there's someone called Sean.
Don't give him the satisfaction. A bad joke is a bad joke.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
actually-
Actually, so I tried to laugh, but I just thought,
Sorry, like.
Shauna. But how would they misspell Shauna? Like, unless you're a proper like thick.
Yeah,
yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
Dyslexic. Yeah, but you'd spelled it like Sanoa. Then. Do you know what I mean? Shania.
Sean.
Shania Twain.
Shauna.
Sauna.
You'd go
Shauna,
like
Shauna.
SHH.
Shauna.
AW.
Hey, look, sometimes jokes don't land.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just don't land.
Hey, listen, guys. Look, sometimes you try, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel so bad he's doing the volume and all that.
I just making sure it's still recording. Yeah, we're still good to go. Yeah, we're
We're
great.
still
Yeah.
good. We're still
Yes.
good.
Right,
Can you
David.
introduce yourself?
How are you? How are you, lads?
Oh, Jesus, how are you doing? Oh, God.
Oh, it's your japers.
You're here in Wexford again.
It's fucking great. Oh, very good Wexford accent.
Listen.
You said your granny's from Wexford.
Enniscorthy, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in
Well, not
Enniscorthy?
from. She lived there from when I was like really young. Till I was
Really?
like 4 until I was like 14, maybe.
Oh, very
15.
good, very good. Yeah, and so she moved down. She's from Dublin.
She's from Dublin originally.
Very nice.
Yeah.
My granny's from Cork, but came to Wexford when she was like maybe 10.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then my granddad's from Wexford as well. And really interesting story about Enniscorthy is do you remember the movie Brooklyn?
No.
So the movie Brooklyn with Saoirse Ronan. How young are you? Sorry, Jesus Christ, that was like 10 years ago. That movie.
26,
doesn't
7
know
this year.
who Saoirse Ronan
27.
is.
No, I don't know
Huh?
who Saoirse Ronan is.
We had this debate. He doesn't know who Saoirse Ronan
You
is.
don't know who Saoirse
I
Ronan
do
is?
now. I do now. She was in Lovely Bones. I've seen that
Well, you
film
didn't
before,
know
but I
when-
didn't know the name.
No way,
I'm
really?
really bad at actors' names.
Yeah,
I only
yeah.
found out who Anne Hathaway was last year.
Oh my God.
I
Sorry,
did.
okay, what actors do you... Okay, that's a great question, actually. What actors do you like?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
You ever heard of him?
I think I have. I think maybe once or twice. Yeah, he was in that movie with a boat, wasn't he? Yeah. Jaws.
Oh yeah, I was
He
going to
in
say
Jaws.
I was like, wait, what movie? about
Yeah,
that?
what movie about a boat? Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's the only actor you
No,
know.
like
you know one actor.
Tom Holland.
Are you trying to people please by picking older actors to suit me? Is that what you're saying?
You ever
I'm
heard-
going to say actors
You
David
ever heard
will
of Clint
know.
Eastwood?
I don't.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah. Keep going, yeah. Marlon Brando. You
I
don't actually fucking know. Sorry, you don't know
Godfather.
him?
Come on.
You have
Is that
to
him,
remember
yeah?
Godfather.
Yeah.
Come to my home.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
my
What else is
family.
he
On the
in?
day of my daughter's
I've
wedding.
never seen The Godfather.
That sounded a bit Polish.
Yeah, that was
actually.
not great.
And these are my
Good
guns.
No, we had no money growing up. My dad got it in the markets. That was the.
Got in the markets. Not the stock markets.
Not the stat.
The actual markets.
Boys, yeah, the
going
Howie
down.
markets.
Oh, the Howie markets. What's the Howie markets?
You know, like you never go to markets when you were younger?
Well, no, like where?
Dublin markets was like the Long Mile Road markets.
The Normal Roland was good. I
Why?
got a DS game there. I got a DS game that had 101 games on it.
No way.
Have you never heard of the markets?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
You get like,
It must be just a pure Dublin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The markets were like where all the Thomas Street.
I feel like I should have watched an episode of Nationwide, and that would have been on that. So they're away.
Reeling in the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, reading in the
Yeah,
years.
you
Well,
just
no,
actually
that's just
watch
the
the-
news for me.
just watch the news, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, you do own news, don't you?
Yeah. That's a proprietor of News Talk. Hey,
love this.
I'm really poor.
I love mafia stuff. So this is
Yeah,
my favorite episode.
yeah.
Did you watch Sopranos?
Oh yeah,
Best show
absolutely.
ever.
But you know, I binged it, and I shouldn't have binged it. I should have like taken my time with it,
Yeah.
in that kind of way.
Yeah,
I went like straight through. Like
Too
I'd be washing the dishes, and it'd be kind of on.
Oh, you weren't
You
really
know.
watching it in the
I wasn't
background. Yeah, I
properly
did that
watching
bit as
it.
well.
Yeah.
That's
On
a
my phone.
program you really need to watch.
Yeah.
Everything, like every episode is a movie. Like
Yeah, I think I got like
Yeah.
three seasons in before I was like, right, I get it.
right,
Because I was waiting for a bad guy to come up.
There's only
Right,
four
I
seasons.
get, yeah,
No one knows.
right, I get it. He is a gangster.
And his name is Tommy.
And now this girl is, I think, his wife, but I'm not sure.
I have to watch the rest.
I gotta go back to the start. Oh fuck! Oh
Well,
my god!
I keep you rating. But we'll hit markets, right? And then we'll go back into David.
Yeah, what?
So markets
Lovely,
were
lovely.
Are you actually going to explain to him what a market is?
Have you never heard of the markets?
No, but as in like I'm okay. Well, I think I can tell what a market is. Right? It's a row of shops like stalls.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can buy loads of stuff.
It was all
Yeah,
fake
but
clothes,
all-
Yeah.
robbed
Because
clothes.
you get like fake washing detergents
Yeah,
and all.
yeah,
yeah.
everything like
Fake
right
there
down
was-
to
Adderall.
Yeah,
even real stuff just the back of a van. Like,
Yeah.
robbed stuff.
literally anything.
Like-
Something come out the back of a van and it's real cheap because they don't pay VAT and they
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
stole it from somewhere.
Exactly,
Right? There's a
exactly,
place
yeah.
like that and you get fireworks.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
would you get fireworks?
You probably would,
at Halloween
yeah, you
could've
probably
get
would.
Halloween.
In Wexford, there's a place called, I think it's called the Calag Show, and you could do the exact same thing. Everything came off the back of a van,
Yeah.
and you could get fireworks there. That was the big thing, right?
Deadly.
I went up to Belfast. I swear to God, I went to Belfast. My girlfriend's sister said, "Oh, you've got good fireworks down in South." And I was like, we come up to the north for the fireworks." I was like, "What the hell? There's got good ones down here. We think you've got the good ones." Yeah. What's going on? Yeah.
Grass is always greener.
Honestly, the grass is always
Yeah.
greener. Yeah, exactly.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go.
there you go. Very wise.
Yeah,
Namaste.
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 Right, David, let's
Yeah,
get into you a
lads.
little bit here.
Yeah.
Let's get into
Thanks,
you.
man.
Get into you.
Yeah.
Get into him, Jeffo. Shut up.
But be careful, he has AIDS.
Yeah.
Are we going to be too loud
You
here?
can't catch AIDS.
Yeah, sorry,
You
are
can't.
we-
What?
Are we loud here?
Ah, fuck 'em. I'm joking. No, everybody's
Stand
left.
on Shauna,
It's-
stand on
it's-
Shauna.
It's 7:00 now, so yeah, we've missed. Stand on Shauna. That's a great name title
You
for
know what?
the show.
The hardest thing about this would be picking the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the sun's after starting shining, so I'm gonna just pull down the window.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
no bother.
Okay, yeah. Keep going. This is great.
We're going to ask him. We asked him the heavy hitting questions now when he comes back, like the real.
Yeah, great. Yeah, the
Do you
real
know
gotcha
much-
questions.
Do you
yeah.
know
How much
about
tax
Tell me,
did you-
where are the guns?
How much tax did you pay last year?
Barely any. Barely any. Oh shit.
So have you watched the show before? Have you done anything in segments we do or anything?
Wait, no, I haven't. No, not really. No.
Right, so we might as well start with this is usually we did a poll before and whatever the audience picked we made a segment.
Okay.
So this is called Can We Get You Cancelled?
Oh,
Right?
brilliant!
No,
Fantastic. Okay, great. Lovely. Just what I wanted. Yeah.
You have to name
Sorry, I've
off-
already said something about AIDS, something about racism. I feel like
Trying
I'm.
to be black.
Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I wasn't trying to be. Somebody said, "Am I?" So in fact, yes. There you go. Yes.
Right, brilliant.
Now, let us. No, you go on.
So David,
Don't mind me, lads. I'm just going to do the audio here as well.
He's
Yeah.
going
go
to
on.
do a DJ set now in a minute.
Jesus, how much are they paying him?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Go on. Keep chatting away there, lads.
Yeah, so just a bit about yourself. We'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
Straight in for those that don't know.
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And about news talk. News.
Oh, fuck.
Newscheck, sorry.
Yeah, it's alright.
No, it's when you said it, and that's what got me going. Yeah.
So I actually have a tattoo Newscheck on my arm.
Oh,
Nice.
that's deadly.
Yeah. So I love it. It's my baby. It's the thing I came up with. I actually thought Newscheck. I was living in New York when I was in 2016. So I think you were having your christening probably. So I came up with it. I love the idea of like. Funny satire for like TV shows. I loved the Republic of Telly growing up, which was on RTE. I love all that kind of stuff, and I just thought there wasn't very much of it in Ireland. And I love my brother is absolutely hilarious, right? My brother's like the funniest lad I know, right?
Yeah.
He-
Rowan Atkinson.
no,
Nah.
he's
He's
not.
the bean.
Yeah, you missed that
I
one
was
there.
dying to say that joke.
You driving all the way in here, going.
What else can I say that's funny? If he has a room called Sean, I'm gonna say that rhymes with I didn't have enough time. I only came up with that one just as I was coming in. So.
Yeah, so the sauna one really killed. Yeah, the Rowan Atkinson one, you're really nailing this. Yeah, my brother's hilarious, right? As well. So Rowan Atkinson, we'll call him Rowan. James' his name. He's really funny, and I love the idea of. I think anybody can be like could be like Will Ferrell funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Will Ferrell's an actor now, just so you know. Yeah. He's kind of he's in Hollywood and this sort of thing, right? You know, just so you know. So I thought I really love that, and I was like, I'm going to make something that isn't just because I didn't really like the idea of just being on camera. I used to actually be a presenter. I was a presenter on The Voice of Ireland. Do you know The Voice of Ireland?
Yeah.
So the digital presenter. So I used to present all the digital stuff.
Class.
Yeah. So for 3 seasons I did that, and I loved it. It was brilliant. But I just wasn't very naturally good in front of camera. I kind of felt very self-conscious.
Right.
But I love making stuff with other people, and seeing what kind of mad shit you can come up with.
Yeah.
And then also, they get cancelled. Then also, because from there. You make you change somebody's life, you know, some lads have said to me now, I would have made some videos like 2 or 3 million views, and one guy called me once and was like, listen, you've actually changed my life. You've actually I got an ad with, I think it was Guinness or some big brand. He goes, I've actually left my job now. And
That's
and then he came to me
unbelievable,
because I'm actually broke. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you can't say
You have to say that in case the tax man's
honestly, yeah. Okay, the sun's coming out again.
Send a bill to News Talk. Oh my god, this is the most wicked guess I've ever had to do. You really earned your goodies.
The sun is kind of shining. Send the bill to News Talk. Yeah, News Talk's broke. But so I just love making funny videos, and I think the idea of my favorite thing is like bringing in somebody who's never done comedy before or has an idea for it. Like you do stand up, don't you?
Yeah.
Like I think it's so. When I was growing up, I didn't have anything that could like kind of get me a show reel or something like that.
Yeah.
And I hear loads of different people that would come in and do Newscheck videos. they'd go on and get like jobs in like media, or they get an ad somewhere, or they get an acting role somewhere, or stage, and that giving people that facility is something I really love and get a lot of enjoyment out of. But it's really hard to do. Like it's
definitely.
But it's so much fun. So yeah,
it's class what you're doing. Honestly, look, as we're stand-up comedians, obviously, well, try to be anyway, but there isn't a lot of avenues to go down. It was always, I feel like years ago, it was always right. Keep doing your stand-up, you might get a gig at RTE, whereas now you're providing the platform for stand-up comedians and people who aren't stand-up comedians.
I totally agree with you. Like I think the before you would, like, say for example, you now, right? So what are you, 22?
No, weird.
26,
27, 20. Oh, are you?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I thought you said you were born 2006.
Oh,
sorry. Okay, sorry. I don't know where I heard 26.
No, what he said was...
That must be the AIDS I get into. You're next. This is going to be me by myself.
I knew it.
What you probably got mixed up was he said the room was called Sean.
Yeah, do you not get it? Because it was like Sonic. That's a good LD slapper, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that's very funny. Yeah. Good night, everybody. You're sweating, aren't you? Yeah, exactly. That's fault. Yeah.
I wore the t-shirt and I need this on the previous podcast, so I can't wear it again.
Yeah.
It's a plain black t-shirt.
No, it's not. It has to.
Go on, show us.
What
is that?
Can you put that out?
What? What does it say on that?
Oh, virtual nomad.
Oh, virtual nomad. All right, yeah, great. Yeah. What were we talking about there?
Well, how would you?
Sorry. So say you want to start. So sorry, you're 26. Like, where are you supposed to go to try and make a name for yourselves? This is it, right? This, and like, it's so funny about this is now the new big thing, right? So like, everyone at RT is wondering what we're going to actually do. I think we can actually do both. So I do believe that there is a place to step up from somewhere like this. What you're making is unbelievable, right? It's great crack. What's the next natural phase for you?
Yeah.
Maybe sponsorship, maybe doing a live show, maybe all that sort of stuff, right? So how do you get a platform like that? And I think a public service broadcaster could do that. Public service broadcaster could be that place that basically level up your quality. Yeah. So instead of filming, where the host is the sound engineer, you might get
he's the host now as well.
Oh no, sorry, the guest. You're the host.
This is my podcast.
You're very welcome back to I'm Having Me On.
The podcast where I try to get myself cancelled. I can do that.
Hey, don't touch my bugs. That's so funny. But I think the whole industry's changed, and it's what I find really difficult is, say for example, you now, right, making this, right, you can make a couple of really good videos and you just do really well, and you end up getting a live show, you make videos and you kind of progress through that. In TV, where do you slot in there? Like, and the idea before was, we'll make a TV show, which is there's no TV shows really being made these days, and I think there should be stuff being made, right? And I think there will be stuff in the future. I just think we're in this weird period at the minute. Like, you deserve, like, Ireland deserves to see ye making stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, how cool would it be if he had it? Like, he probably have a few sketch show ideas, right?
Yeah, we've never done one now. We've been rattling on for ages about wanting to do sketches.
That's the thing, right? Yeah, like, you're doing this, you're putting the work in. Yeah. Like, that's what stand-up used to be. You put the work in, you get spotted by somebody, you end up on like the panel, or you end up and you get a shot, you get a chance, and you go over to the UK. None of that happens anymore. So where is it supposed to go? And I think we can do it here, and there's a massive opportunity to be able to do it. Like, if we can just get a big, beautiful, lovely platform of comedians, right, working together. It sounded very like Donald Trump there, didn't it? But I was about to go, big, beautiful platform. Beautiful. It's going to be incredible.
Everybody's welcome, just not the
Mexicans.
Welcome.
Yeah, there'll be no Mexicans.
No Reba.
No Canada.
Is that good?
No who?
Ariba.
No Reba.
Look,
they said Reebok. So I was like, what?
They say Ariba.
No Reba. Yeah. Four Loco.
Oh my god, man! No,
but yeah, I just think that's where RT can really fit in. I'd love to emulate that, really, what I'm making now here. And what Newscheck is doing is we're making Newscheck Original. So like, we're making a streaming platform for people to go onto. And I think it'd be really cool, like, just partnering with people. So what I've been doing now for the last 3 months is I've been partnering with different people who have got these ideas, and we're splitting the revenue. So I'm going like, I'll film it for you. It's your idea. You still own the idea, so you can take it off to Channel 4. You can take it to these sort of things. But I'll split the revenue, which is, so like, if someone subscribes to the site and watches your show on Newscheck Originals, you get half the money, and then and we split it. But you still own the idea. And the thing thinking of that is, look, these need to be made. These people have great ideas. Like 2E have great ideas. I've got the production capability, but you're not going to pay me, and I'm not going to pay ye. I don't have the money to pay ye. I want to in the future, but like for now, I'm making these deals, and I try making these deals, beautiful deals. But like I'm trying and basically trying to put the work in now, so people can see loads of content that's all Irish. All these. People that are trying out new stuff, and it's the only place that's actually happening. Like in a TV sense, right? 100%. Like in a podcast sense, it's brilliant. Like it's amazing seeing some of the podcasts that are coming out. Like even look at Mike Rice and Vittorio Angeloni. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
like it's unbelievable, and like. They have no support from anybody. They're just doing it themselves. And like, that's so cool. And I'm like, there's so many other people out there that could do that. So like, if I can get a few different shows like that, and if even one of them's a winner, it'll pay for the rest of them. And happy days, you know?
Absolutely.
And I think and then like, imagine how cool it'd be like if we were doing like this, like, and you're making podcasts here now, and then you have an idea for a sketch, go shoot that tomorrow. And then, you know, make a show, then something else over here. And like, people I think would love that. And people love seeing funny Irish videos. And like, do you know, if you notice like younger people, like maybe they're like 4 or 5 year olds now that are watching YouTube, they all speak with American accents. Where the fuck is this coming from? Do you know what I mean? And like, yes, it's
we always say, like, we've been saying this since episode 1 on the podcast, and even before that, like, Irish people are known for their crack and being funny, but it's not really portrayed as well.
Right.
When you go on Instagram, like, obviously there's a lot of funny Irish creators, of course. Like, to the level of where people say how funny they are, it doesn't match it. Like,
not enough. Even in terms of like comedy clubs, we always say as well, not to shit on comedy clubs around.
I know,
when you look at, like, we go on for days about Liverpool. Have you been to Liverpool in hot water?
Liverpool in hot water?
Hot water comedy club.
Sorry, have I been to
have you ever had a bath in Liverpool? Or do you just shower? What do you do when you're in Liverpool?
Have you ever?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you not in the hot water when you get Liverpool?
Lukewarm water? What the hell?
They've had kells in Liverpool.
Oh, he's one of those guys. He's cold plunge. What a dick.
Jesus Christ, sorry. How about being cold water? Oh my god.
Oh my
sorry,
god.
we say this about Liverpool comedy scene. So they have hot water comedy club.
This is your man, the really funny MC that slags the fuck out
Paul
of everybody.
Smith.
Paul Smith.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Unbelievable.
I think there could be something like that in Ireland.
That's what we say all the time.
100%.
We were over there last year, man. So like, he was there. We got there on a Friday. I think he was there on a Thursday himself. He's the big here. There was great show on Friday, Saturday. Then they have like a show on Sunday that are for newcomers. So they help bring the newcomers up.
I love that.
Absolutely.
And like at the same time, we spoke. So was it the Monday that was the open mic?
The Sunday.
Or the Sunday. So we were there for the open mic, and when we signed up, we didn't get it. The lads that were there were the same level as us, only doing it a year or so. And the lad that was hosting it is your man Paul Smith support act.
No way.
It's unbelievable. Like, so you're rubbing shoulders with all stages, and there's nothing really
nuts,
over here.
There's no barrier to
That's
it, really.
brilliant. That's brilliant. Like, I set up, co-founded Cherry Comedy. Do you know Cherry Comedy?
Oh,
yeah. So Dwayne and Niall. So set that up before you start bitching on it. But no, I was super proud of that. But like, when that started, like, we gave loads of people their first gigs. Like that, it was the reason why it's called Cherry. I don't know if you know, is pop your cherry.
Pop your cherry.
Oh, I didn't know that's
so you pop your cherry. So
what does that mean?
So it's like flecking a bean a little bit. Yeah, you get a paintbrush.
Focus for callbacks. We love a good callback.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, the Mr. Bean thing. What was the other thing you did? Shauna. The Shauna thing, you could tell. Yeah. Sorry, it was so good I forgot it.
Don't worry, we'll remind you in about 15 minutes.
But what were we talking about?
So take my cherry.
Take my cherry.
Now, hold on.
What kind of?
Oh, you have to buy me a drink before
Hey, you bought us a drink. You gave us these mugs. That is so funny. But when we started with Cherry, like, I remember the first night we did it, it was in DCU. So myself, Niall, and Dwayne went to DCU, and there was 17 people on the bill. Like, 17.
Excellent.
Not a single person did comedy. And we didn't even have like a bell or anything. I had like a bin, and I emceed it, and I would sit there and I would bang the bin every time someone had to get off.
Oh,
really?
So I was like, everyone kept like doing their bit and then looking down at me holding this bin, being like, "Oh fuck, he's about to knock me off." Then I better go. Like it was so messy. That was the idea. It was so messy, and like, Jesus, I think Dwayne has professionalized that so much. You know, and I think what's so interesting though, this is what I find fascinating, was when I started, I was like, there has to be something better. That, you know, we've got this, we've got this, exactly the way you were thinking, and it was established, and then I think. The next step, which is to get onto the RTE and start your international journey or sort of your bigger journey, like that didn't happen for I found anyway. Like the next stage sort of disappeared kind of before me. Like the last we got a couple of segments on the Republic of Telly with Kevin McGarren the last year of it, and like that was so much fun. Like that was the best, but then the next year it was gone. And there was absolutely nothing for us to do, right? So then I ended up going to New York. That was the last time I was with Cherry. Dwayne took it over like fully and just really ramped it up. And now it's amazing. Like I see people sometimes they're like, "Oh, I'm." It's like a 2-month waiting list to get on. Loads of people want to go on. I'm like, that's class. Like you should be so proud of what he's done. But the next stage for that, in sort of, I suppose the entertainment world would be to go on to make a show or work in production.
That seems the natural route.
Yeah, that seems like the route.
But there's not really, as you said there, like there's nothing really on RT now. At the minute to follow for that.
Yeah. So then I set this up.
This is
for that reason.
That's unbelievable. Like, that's Ireland screaming out for that. Like, absolutely. Because we always say as well, with just doing comedy, for example, it's like Ireland's not big enough just to do comedy. Very rare you find someone that all they do is comedy and they make it to the top. That's why you have to like do a podcast, do a show,
especially in this day and age.
Even back in the day, like talk about New York and all the American comics, they used to say you make it and then you get a show. Even SNL, that's you made.
It's all that sketch shows.
Is that an inspiration for you?
Oh yeah, like Lorne Michaels, like he's the lad that set up SNL. Like he's my idol. To be honest with you. I read his book. There's this really cool anthology book about SNL, and it's there was a movie released last year. It was based on that, but it was, I can't remember the guy that wrote it, but it's about Lorne Michaels starting SNL, and then like sort of like every person that was in the show being interviewed. So like if all these different people being interviewed about it, and all of them are talking about how it got them their start. They didn't know what they were doing, and then they went on, like Adam Sandler talking about before when he started, like he knew nothing. Will Ferrell was talking about he got fired from a job a couple of months before he got SNL. Do you know how he was fired from the job? Because he drove like this.
This the actor Will Ferrell.
The actor, famous actor Will Ferrell. He drove. Good callback.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad. Sean.
I don't know on about that.
We'll never forget Sean. Sean, this is for you. Sean.
The changes. You know the Shrek song? Out with me that I won't take time.
Oh, do you not know movies either? So Shrek is a movie.
Oh, Shrek? Yeah. I thought you said sick. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry.
What the fuck? Sec? Why would it bring sec up?
Sec is sex once.
I use
it like a singular for sex. Yeah.
But no, hey there, I'm a
That's when you pop your cherry.
Hey now, there's the game on. Remember I had that.
Hey, sorry, I got everyone off.
What was your first phone?
I used to have that Nokia, you know, the red and white one that you flip up.
Oh, yeah.
That was class.
That was my first phone.
Oh, wait, was that flip sideways?
It was flip up. Was it my
Cookie.
V55?
Or was it LG?
I got the LG Razor, or you know that Razor, the flip phone, Motorola Razor.
Oh, Motorola,
Fuck me, that was quite cool. That was, I
was
felt
it,
very cool with that. But Rockstar was the one song I had.
Was
on
it?
that.
Yeah, that's deadly.
Do you know what I was thinking, right? Just a bit of a derail. But it's a bit mad that back then to get a song on someone else's phone, you'd use Bluetooth, yeah?
Infrared, no.
Yeah.
But Bluetooth is still a thing.
Yeah. True.
That's mad that that's still a thing.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, like if you wanted to send that song to me.
Here. Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
it's lovely. Yeah.
If you
Hey now, I'm a rock star.
Hey now, yeah. Oh, it's actually nice to just sit back. I feel the folds of my fat aren't as sweaty. I thought
that was a stream t-shirt.
I know, yeah. As the sound engineer for this podcast as well.
It's a good way to cover that cow hoodie that looks like it's paint.
Yeah. Or just always wear a body warmer.
Oh, He's booking me out.
That's great. He's working
But
it.
sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying the Bluetooth thing. That's mad. That's still around.
It is. So you were saying it was years ago, and it's.
And like, there's never been like a better version of it.
Do you know when some people try to sound like smart and wise, they ask a question? That's kind of what I was.
Something got to do with the gigabytes. Yep. Yeah. There's something got to do with the gigabytes.
What are you talking about?
Terabytes.
Yeah, it's a terabyte.
It's all the rage.
All the rage. Yeah. What's above a terabyte?
I think
that's another stupid question that no one knows.
I haven't a clue.
That's a funny
nanobyte.
Really.
Stuff like that, like
but
never mind.
Is that how you? Yeah, we can.
Is this how we write the sketches? Yeah.
Same in the podcast.
We just start,
Nanobytes. That's
You ever wonder how like people used to always use Bluetooth?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And they still do.
yeah, kind of Jerry Seinfeld out to that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Do you know Jerry Seinfeld?
No,
Of course.
I know. We know who he is, but I've never actually watched it around.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
So we'll go back.
That's that's it with the Hailing All-Star.
That's
good. You're keeping it. You're keeping
It's a
it.
good story here.
Callback. That is a callback.
That is good though. I feel like that's like pulling back a tangent though.
But it's still a callback in a sense. It's in the same category as a callback.
I would categorize that as a callback. No, I would categorize that as a pullback.
Oh,
So, like you're pulling us back into the.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
can we call that a fleck back?
No, there's only one thing for flipping. I think we all know what that is. Lads. God, my ears are sweating now after that. I think it's all right. It sounds great. But so sorry. What we talking about?
Easier.
So he's my idol. He's I think he's deadly. And I think what I love about it is I love seeing somebody come in who's just got one idea. Like we do these writers' rooms, right? So we actually did a women in comedy writers' room as well because for diversity. Because we did a writers' room and 30 people. It sold out in like an hour, and 30 people came. They were all pitching their ideas. You come in, you've got 2 ideas. You pitch it to the room. We add jokes to it, exactly like this, right? So in other words, you say something, we go, oh, it would be funny, and we just like throw. It's like mad crack, and everybody's just like shouting out ideas, but it's real nice as well. It's real supportive. Yeah. But there was only 2 women came to the last one out, 30. So I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. So I was like, we'll do a women in comedy. That sold out in an hour. Yeah, 30 women for pitching ideas. They had never. Some of the women had never come to a comedy writers' room before. They just were fucking hilarious. Yeah. And it's mad the ideas you get when you try to work in diversity and you try to sort of actively encourage other people who mightn't want to go to. Yeah,
it's definitely intimidating as well.
So intimidating.
People.
If you said to us now, we're doing a room after this, come in, I would shit myself.
Really?
If you just said
I'd pay to see that.
What?
You shit yourself.
You wouldn't be nervous around.
Come see a man shit himself.
You wouldn't be nervous like he just does that. Oh, a room full of people. Oh, my time to shine. My time to shine.
This is what I do best.
What's wrong with him?
All right, Connor, your idea is. Oh my God,
imagine
Connor.
this. There was one of us right now just literally share ourselves. No,
you always talk about. Funny. Is it him that you always talk about when he says that when you're tired?
Yeah, so Lauren Michaels.
Oh, sorry, I was just checking the audio there. Sorry.
You were flicking your head.
Yeah, no, I wasn't flecking.
Getting a bit of practice in.
There was only one thing I flecked.
Oh, yeah, Lauren Michaels. I was somebody saying him a while ago.
Yeah.
I read a while ago. I can't remember who was saying it. It might have been Pete Davidson I heard talking about it. But in the writers' room, sometimes he'd get them in late.
Yeah.
And they'd start at 12.
Yeah.
And they'd be wrecked and they'd have nothing by 1.
Yeah.
And it'd be that late at night. And he said that the reason is because everybody was tired.
Yeah.
And their brain was a bit switched off. They were coming up with their best stuff.
ideas.
No filters, no nothing. It was just.
I believe that. I don't think I saw that. There's definitely a thing where they don't start on SNL writing till like 2 in the day. So like Tuesday they come in and they start thinking of their ideas. Yeah. And it's only about 6 o'clock on Tuesday when Lauren goes, all right, sure, everybody come in and pitch your ideas. Like so, so in other words, like you're really, it's not an early start, you know. And I think there is something with that. Like there's something about being up late and chatting and just shooting the breeze that like you can come up with your best stuff.
Yeah,
I think what's so funny about SNL though as well is, and this is one thing I thought was really interesting, was loads of people always say, oh, it was way better a couple of years ago, or it was way better like during when Adam Sandler was doing it, or famed actor Will Ferrell was doing it. But
you never finished where you got sacked as well. You can finish that.
Oh Jesus God! Yeah, no, you're pulling back as well.
I'm flicking it back.
Pull it back. He's pulling it back.
Sorry,
pull back your Mickey. Sorry, he got fired. Sorry, we'll go back to that then now, will we? We do it now. Okay, perfect. So,
it's your
sorry,
podcast.
this is the worst. This is like we're like setting up so going like one thing, guys. What you should never do is Will Ferrell got fired. it's like going everywhere. Okay, we'll do Will Ferrell, and then we'll go back to the SNL thing. Right? So Will Ferrell got fired because he was like a chauffeur, or he like would take people's cars. Do you know, like at a hotel, a fancy hotel, concierge? Is that the word? Yeah. So they take your car and you drive it. Anyway, he was driving this truck, and didn't he drive it into a basement, and he ripped the whole roof off the top of it. It was somebody's car, like. So he said he was useless at everything but making people laugh. And that was amazing. And there's a job for everybody, like, you know, and and I think I just absolutely love that, like, he exists, and he doesn't exist.
Fucking brilliant.
But it's not an accident. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, and that's what's so good about this podcast stuff, right? Is that like you can just be fucking gas and get an audience now, right? Yeah. There's nobody holding you back, nobody stopping you. There's a couple of mics and away you go. But like to get to that level, like that American standard of like really cool, like commercialized proper shows, right? Yeah. Like you need to have somewhere to sort of make it safe to practice in, right? Like you really have to practice like your art. Like it takes people years to do it. Like I mean SNL, like people could be in SNL for 5 years before they even get known. Do you know? Like I mean, like like people be doing it for at least 2 years and they wouldn't even get on screen. Yeah. And then after whatever happens is they make one funny thing. There's this slot on SNL after it's after update it's called, right? Which is basically like the fucking sometimes the really experimental ideas, right? But that's where like the crazy stuff. So have you ever heard the sketch More Cowbell? It's like a really funny sketch from SNL basically with Christopher Walken and Will Ferrell, and he's going, fellas, I gotta have more cowbell. And he goes, I need more cowbell, guys. And Will Ferrell's got this tiny little belly top on, and he's banging the cowbell. And it's absolutely mad. It's like iconic. It's considered one of the best sketches ever made. That stuff is. But you have to be a bit nuts, do you know what I mean, to do that, 100%. And that comes with having a safe space to practice in, right? And that I think it's not by accident that so many talented people went through that show. It's by design, and I think Newscheck for me wants to do that for Irish people. Yeah, do you know?
Yeah. I think what you have is now me and him are obviously only starting out and everything. Yeah. But this is something. If someone said to us, "What does this need?" I would think we'd say about like this is just fucking perfect, like what you're doing. Yeah. I think it's gonna fucking blow. Like
maybe like I've been doing it for a fair like for 3 years now. It's actually you're only kind of getting into the swing of it now. Do you know? Yeah.
Well, I've probably seen you probably about 3 months ago for the first time, right. and now it's everywhere I look. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. Would have been the same,
Oh, daddy, that's great, lads.
And it's good stuff. Like
we try to keep the consistency, like the quality up. So like I was saying to my sister there recently. My sister was like, I was talking to her and she was like, what are you doing this week? And I was like, I'm making this video. And I was like, you're not going to like it. She was like, no, I won't like, I mightn't like it, she said, but no, I fucking definitely won't. No, she was like, I won't like it, but I'll know it's really good quality. So I know it's like you've always kept the quality really good. So in other words, it's like, I don't find that funny, but I think the quality is really good and respect for making something that's really high quality. So that's the kind of idea.
Was it always like that from the start?
I love making. I think like if you're going to make something, I'm very self-conscious. Like, so I think like if I'm going to make something, I'm going to want to make sure that it's really good. That kind of way. But I'm finding now more and more, like I got a lot of success. I made a video there recently, kind of just advertising what Newscheck is like, and I think I chatted to you after that. I made
that's really good.
That's what made us go like, do you know what? This would be fucking. This would be a deadly conversation to talk because we're passionate about it as well.
And it was only a 90-second video. You hit basically just a topic of everything.
But like I think it's mad. Like would you ever go to England? And I know you love hot water in Liverpool, but like would you call back? But would you ever have to go? Like would you ever go to the UK, or do you like obviously you like living in Ireland because you're here, right? But like, do you know what I mean? Like I think it's a shame that if you were like, fuck it, I really want to do comedy, I absolutely love it, I have to move to London to do it. I think that breaks my heart. Like hearing that, you know, like even Liverpool, like you're mentioning Liverpool, they're not doing anything particularly special over there. Like they're just basically giving people new acts. But your man is very famous from TikTok from being really funny. We could do that here.
That's 100%. But we've said that as well. We've always said that we love. Obviously, we're not in the position to do it now at the minute. But if we were, we'd love to be at the forefront of doing that and helping comedy clubs have that same sort of level of hot water and like what you're doing, helping people.
Yeah, 100%. And I think there's not like you're fairly like fucking unselfish. This sounds like helping everybody and bringing everybody up, whereas you don't get a lot of that over here.
Yeah, well, it's such a small audience. Like for like I was making for years like these kind of sketch like satire videos for about like the Irish politics and stuff, right? Like I made one about the Children's Hospital, which was absolutely brilliant. Like it was like you know, it was this lad.
Actually, not that good. It was his kids sick in there, like stuff. You sick pervert. You like that stuff?
It's actually fucking dead. Class. But I was making a video. I made a video. It was really satirical. Then we'll say it was cutting against, but it was given out to the people that were building it, and it did really well or whatever, and that was great, and that got like whatever 700,000 or 800,000 views, and I was like, this is deadly. I was, this is amazing. I was like, this is so cool, and then like nothing after it. Do you know what I mean? Like because if you hit in Ireland 700,000 views is a fair bit of the population.
Crazy.
But like if you were to compare that to the UK, if you hit that in the UK, that's 50 million people. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like in other words,
that percentage,
that's way more. Do you know? Yeah. And I think that's the issue right there, is that we've such a small little audience, right? That we need to. There needs to be something done differently for our culture to thrive a little bit more. Do you know? Because like if I were to make, like I didn't make any money off that video, but like if I was in the UK, I would have made a fair bit of cash off it. Like it would have kept me going. It would have gotten me my next video. You know? Whereas then I had to go. I made that video and I had to go try sell ads to try get that, and that took too much time, and you kind of lose focus then. Yeah. So like I think that's maybe an issue with that I still haven't gotten over yet. And as a sort of a business person of this in this world, like you have to get over that. You have to. You need to make money.
Well, you definitely think it's doable.
I have no idea. Well,
you do believe in it to an extent. 100%.
Like, sorry, absolutely. I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't have tattooed it on my arm. Like, so I mean, it's like, it's literally like I'm really committed to it. Like I've tattooed it. I actually said to my friend the other day, I said to Niall, he's like, he's my really good mate, but he was like, I was like, I think I might rebrand the company, like change the name of the company. He was like, you'd be a bit fucked with the tattoo in your arm, wouldn't you? You're gonna have to call it N, start with N though, aren't you?
Change that C to a T.
Yeah, News Talk. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, get a job with them. Be like, listen, I really need a job. I got a tattoo on my arm. Yeah,
what other like NC? Is there any other brands?
NCT.
NCT.
Bring your car here.
I love the NCT. Yeah.
What? Why were you thinking about changing it? Why is that?
Well, because people kept saying News Talk.
Genuinely.
Oh, honestly, like I mean, you can't. I just want to make sure this is still working. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, lovely. Oh, yeah, great. That's great. Yeah. All right, just making sure.
I think with the name thing, as I said, you said you're doing this 4 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And both of us individually have seen you probably the last 3 months.
Yeah.
So I think now that's only going to keep going.
Do you reckon?
Up. So in 3 months' time, that won't even be a thing probably.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
maybe.
People think getting News Talk mixed up with you.
I wish. That'd be class, actually. Yeah, jeez, could you imagine somebody on News? But I was so happy to be on Newscheck. I mean, News Talk. Pat Kennedy fuming.
Yeah.
Pat Kennedy. Fuck you.
You've done some bits with Water for Whispers as well,
yeah. I was their video, like, we were there, like, I made their videos in 2022 for the whole year. I basically made loads of different videos.
So they obviously just started off doing articles, like what way would you describe that, like? Just bollocks.
He was doing articles. Oh, Colin, like, is amazing. Like Colin and Carl is the writer in there as well. They're absolutely amazing. Like the stuff they make is unbelievable.
Yeah,
like
it's so funny,
like so
good.
convincing
as well at times. Like,
and we made a show with them. Called on Virgin Media there 2 years ago, called Water Whispers Does Housing, and was taking the piss out of the housing market. Like we made a pilot with Virgin Media, and it was deadly. And Colin and Carl wrote most of it, and then I shot most of it. We shot most of it in the office here, and Simon Hennessy was in it actually. I was trying to think what was the video he did, selling bed sits. That was the name of the sketch, right? So yeah, I was taking the piss out of bed sits. But it was kind of like. Now is like sketches are so different. Like, have you seen No Worries If Not? Do you know that sketch show? It was like a couple of months ago it came out. Like Justine Stafford was in it.
I've seen it. I haven't watched it fully now.
Yeah, but Emma Dorn and stuff was in it.
And Sean Burke. They did like a thing like they did a thing called like Monopoly Dublin, like Irish edition, which is like, you know, there's very few houses in this Monopoly board. It was taking the piss, but it went like mega big, right? And I was like, that's how you make a sketch show these days now. It's like way more small, like 90 seconds, but can be enjoyed much bigger. Do you know what I mean? And actually, having saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is actually so cool. I could definitely make stuff with Newscheck. I knew you said News Talk. I could definitely make stuff like this with Newscheck. And And like instead of just making longer shows, make tighter like sketches and then make a bigger show as a result of that. So that's where Newscheck Originals came into. So that's like what Newscheck Originals is now. Is like you'll watch a show on our Instagram, but it'll be feeding into a bigger show on the site.
So on Instagram there might be a 90-second clip from this show. And how long would the show be?
Could be like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do different scenes, different characters.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that,
So we made a sketch show with Ross McCartney there recently.
Oh man, the one.
It's
That's
so
with the
so
burger.
funny.
Yeah, Burger News.
What was doing?
Ross is so good. He wrote that like it's amazing. It's amazing.
He's brilliant.
We even say, I know social media's not.
Yeah.
His social media is just gonna blow because
I swear to God,
fucking. What's your man? You said he's very like, which is a great fucking accuracy.
Tim Robinson.
Yeah, he's the exact same. Yeah. He's amazing. He's amazing.
So
And like he
good.
commits to it. We have one. What do you think it is? It was one sitting in the tank still. I'm like, oh, do I want to release it or not? Where the guy's on a date and it's like a third date. You know, when you make confessions on like your third date. Oh, by the way, you know this, whatever. You know, I've AIDS. I'm dyslexic, Shauna. My name is Sauna.
I love news.
News talk.
News talk.
You were close. I give it to you. You were doing good. You're doing good. But like, what is like? Oh, by the way, I have sex with buildings. And it's like, I fucked the GPO. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, I fucked the GPO. I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, I love history. Me, crazy old me. And she's like, what? What the fuck is wrong with you? And he was like, what can I say? Look, if it's weird that I put my penis in the cracks of buildings, then maybe I'm weird. And then she's like, that is weird. God damn it. That's the sketch.
Why is that in tank? That is gold stuff.
What do you think?
Yeah,
okay.
that is brilliant. I see a lot of similarities with you and Ross as well.
Oh, I love Ross.
I see that as well. Yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant.
We love like city stuff is the best. Man.
Yeah, it is the best.
Anything that's city is just gold.
But it's funny, like, because a lot of people, like Ireland's very different. Like, if you showed that to some other people, like I feel maybe like down the country, maybe or something, mightn't find that as funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to kind of balance both, and I love that. That's what I love about SNL. That's actually a really interesting thing. Anybody that likes SNL, there's actually a sort of a formula they use. They have two types of people in Saturday Night Live in the writing team.
Man and woman.
Well, three then actually. Yeah. But they have they have kind of a Harvard posh lad who loves real smart satirical stuff, right? And then you have like an Adam Sandler who's like, and what they do is they put them together. And some of the shit they come out is gold because it's two different types of humor mixing together. And I'm like, that is so smart. 100%. It's like even with writers' rooms, you'll see that. So you'll see these lads who are real analytical and like love looking at they love like Water for Whispers, real satirical stuff. Actually, that Whispers does that really well as well. Like they go, but then they've got another lad who's just like fucking does impressions and takes the piss out of stuff, which is so good as well. And it's blending the two of those because one, you're a bit up your own hole if you're like doing all this like too smart stuff, and the other one then can just be too silly. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when you mix them together, it's amazing.
It's like Mike Rice and Vittorio in a way.
Oh, maybe, actually.
Mike is the silly one, and
I think they're
Vittorio's
just
the smart
nuts.
one.
I think they're just brilliant though.
Brilliant.
But like, that's the so what were we saying there?
That's the perfect recipe. That's the perfect cocktail. Like, you know what I mean? You're mixing two things like that together, and what comes out of it is just perfect.
It's
and
amazing.
Everyone then.
Yeah, and I think actually, sorry, we were talking about Ross there. Like, I met Ross. I was doing an awards. I was like giving an award to it's called the Hybrid Media Awards in DCU. He went to DCU. I went to DCU, but he was like maybe 4 or 5 years behind me. So I was doing I was judging the awards. And I met him at that, and he said to me, he was like, "Oh, listen, I'm really interested in comedy. Is there any chance I could send you some of my stuff? I'd be interested in doing it." And I was kind of thinking about making Newscheck at the time. And then he was like, "I was like, yeah, absolutely, send it on." So he sent on this video, and it was called Bird News. Did you ever tell Bird News? Oh my god. It was like him dressed as a bird, just giving the news, and it was like, "Welcome to Board News." Today on the show, a big chicken fillet roll on the street. I can't remember the sketch, but it was like that. It was even it was so fucking funny. I said it to my brother, and I write a lot with my brother, and I said to him, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And James was like, "This guy is going to be huge." And I was like, "He is hilarious."
I think it's going to be any day now. He'll be the biggest. Like,
I agree.
Up there.
I
Him
agree.
and Ryan. Have you done stuff with Ryan?
Sorry, Ryan Carrick.
He's different.
He is so funny.
Well.
You got piss all over my shoes. So is that not the funniest sketch of the year?
They're so funny.
Stupid.
Anything
like,
them two. I honestly don't. I've never seen a sketch from them two and said I didn't like that.
No.
Honestly,
It
yeah.
just-
Do you know the one I love is the cafe? Do you know where he's like, "Huh?
Oh yeah.
Can I ask a question? Is that his real hand? Because that's a very small hand.
I haven't ever even looked.
You
at
notice
it.
it's like it's kind of a small hand, and I'm like, if it's not his hand, that's even better.
Yeah,
Like,
that's comedy gold.
Yeah,
Get
like
an extra
him.
small hand.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he gets a small hand. Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
They're to get them together now is just amazing.
It's so good, man.
Yeah.
We had both of them on like within the space of a few weeks. Like,
Oh, yeah?
For us, it was like this is dead.
It's like
Yeah,
I made a video with Ryan. So a few years ago as well, I made ads. I'm just checking here as well, making sure this is all still working. I made an ad with Ryan because he was working in Joe, and then I was making some ads for Joe, and he came in and he just like got it straight away.
Yeah.
And he like went straight into the sketch like.
It's just proper pros, like
Proper pro.
already. Like,
Sometimes when we get very loose and silly, like as you're doing a perfect here as well, you just get it straight away and go with it.
Yeah.
Some people it takes a bit to get into it if they get us at all.
Yeah.
Ryan the same thing. Ryan
That's what
picked
probably-
it up straight away, and we knew we would have. We came in with us straight away, bang. It was just like we
Love
love
it.
years.
Love it. Love
It's
it.
just
Yeah.
when you
That's
have people
probably-
like that,
comfortable.
it's
probably
gold.
what you're saying, like a lot of people in Ireland don't get. Because like even going back to talking about Tim Robinson, you know, the show that he done on Netflix.
I think you should leave. Yeah.
At the start of that, I was like,
Right, forgot.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I kind of get this, and then once you watch it more and more, you get it, and then you go back and watch the original ones that you didn't like, and you're like, this is brilliant.
Yes,
fucking
but that's
deadly.
actually it. Like we wanted to make something like that with Ross. That's kind of like was our inspiration for it,
Yeah.
actually, right? Yeah, like we had one like some of the ideas we had were mad. Like one of the one. What was my favorite one was it's a house viewing, but you're licking the walls, and it's like Ross comes in and goes, right, so we got 2 bed, 2 bath. Here we go. Yeah, it's we got a parking downstairs and an ensuite. Yeah, fantastic. And actually, I shouldn't tell you this, but you can lick all the walls, and it's like what? It's like, you can lick all the walls. I haven't licked the walls now, but you can if you want. You can lick them.
That's so good,
and like, it's just Ross telling these two, and this couple are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I love that shit.
That's
so
fucking
wild.
so
That's the
funny.
funniest stuff. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, do you do a lot together now? Like, I use
Oh,
planning on a lot more.
Like to be honest with you, I tried to mix it up. So I try to make sure there's not always one person on camera, because otherwise it just kind of becomes their show, do you know, kind of way. Whereas I want it to be kind of for everybody. To be honest with you, what's happening now is I'm doing more stuff. I've ran out a bit of money. Like I had like money keeping me going, like making videos and ads and stuff. But I wanted to change it into these originals. So I've been partnering with people and then making videos myself to keep the views up. Right. And that's what I've been doing now the last while. But I want to kind of go back to making more just satire stuff, and kind of go into what was the original reason why I set it up was this sort of thing. It's so hard to know what's the right thing to do. But all you can do is just keep making funny stuff and just see where you end up, you know.
Would you find yourself now, you say if a certain video hit, let's say it was doubled your last video, would you try do something very similar to that?
Yeah, see, that's my problem. Like, I don't like doing that.
You want to be unique.
I hate, but that's my problem. Like that, which is you shouldn't be doing that. Like,
I think that's class, though. I think it will stand in the long run. Like, obviously, it's hard. Like, if you can last that long, But I really appreciate stuff like that. They don't.
It's funny, like I like some of the stuff with Ross, like it just didn't hit for whatever reason, and it's hard to know what it is. And I think everybody who's making videos, you're always going to, anybody listening to this that makes videos, like you're always going to be wondering, fuck, why am I only getting like 200 views, or why is that only getting like 100 views? Don't be worrying about that too much. Do you know what I mean? Just focus on making something really good that you really like. Like the stuff that I found works really well is because you know when you're editing something, you're kind of almost like trying to think about what the audience wants. Whereas when you go, fuck them, I'm just going to make something that I really like, and suddenly it's the best thing you've made in the last month. Like I think Tony Cantwell said a really cool thing there on what's the man, Tommy Tiernan. He was on Tommy Tiernan. He was like, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose at the end of the day. So it's like you're just constantly feeding this beast of social media. I said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's so true. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Course,
that's smart. But that's at least if you're doing it for your own sense of humor, then
exactly.
That doesn't do well. You'll be happy out.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the whole like process of it, because I've always been, you know, like Will Ferrell is funny. Like you can see him like on just off the cuff. He is funny. But how does he be funny when he's given a script that's written? I don't understand that.
How can he be himself? Like so it's actually really interesting. Yeah, really interesting you say that. So there's a guy called Adam McKay. Yeah, that was good actually. Yeah, nice support as well. Yeah, very cute. He's a good pair. But shift. But the flick him. No, fleck him.
He's gonna shit himself. Keep going. He's gonna shit himself.
He hasn't pitched any idea.
Hey, everyone, come in here.
Get other people.
Yeah, get in here. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah. He's going to shit himself.
Everyone,
Guys, get out of
come out of Shauna's room downstairs. He's going to shit.
That's not paint at all. That's shit.
Oh, Jesus, lads, that's good.
So the way that works, the way Will Ferrell is able to make. Now obviously he's absolutely hilarious, right? He's really good at improv. But there was this thing, and I don't think he works with him anymore. There's a guy called Adam McKay. Did you ever hear Adam McKay?
No.
He directed a movie called The Big Short. Which would be like fairly well known, and he actually kind of started, Succession, the show Succession.
Yeah.
He co-produced the first and directed the first episode of Succession. And Adam McKay is a really interesting guy. And again, this is what I'm talking about. Like I think in Ireland we've got really good on-screen talent, but we need to have that sort of behind-the-scenes talent as well, because Adam McKay makes Will Ferrell look even better. And Ger Walsh, I'd love to shout out as well. I don't know, do you know Ger Walsh?
Yeah,
he
just
works with Darren Conway and Joe McGuckin.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He is, I think, like an absolute asset. I feel like RT should just pay him money to just make sketches with comedians and just say, we support him, because he is, I think, a secret weapon, because when you're a comedian you can only do so much on your own.
Definitely.
You need somebody else behind the camera who's equally as talented in a different way
and understands the idea as well and the vision of it.
That's like this what you're doing.
But much more production. Exactly.
The lads have you're coming in here with everybody. But if it wasn't for you, that wouldn't be what it is.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
Hats off to you.
Sound. Thanks very much. But the way Adam McKay does it is he will roll on something, like he'll just record something, and he has a little speaker. They install a little speaker. Adam has a little microphone, so he'll sit in his director's chair behind, looking at Will, and he'll just go like, say this, say that, do this, do that, and then Will just does all these things, and they just be roaring, laughing, or anything like that. And you've definitely seen a few bits like that on trailers and promos and stuff, like behind the scenes of Anchorman and stuff. That's how he would have directed all those.
Really?
So Will just sit there and he's got the script and he reads the script, and after he finishes reading the script, he then goes, all right, we're just going to mess around for like 10 or 20 minutes. And we did that with Ross during OGs, which is the sketch show we made. We did with OGs, where basically one of the sketches was no bad ideas in a brainstorm.
That's
and it was
the
like,
one I was trying to think of.
It was like,
you said no bad ideas.
It was like, exactly. So it was like, guys, road safety is really important. It's like, but we got to stop people down the road. So no bad ideas. Okay, no bad ideas. All right, great. We take the tires off everyone's car. We crash everyone's car. It's like, this guy's stupid. We make every horn a sex noise. It's like, this stupid shit, right? But so when we were doing that, the whole thing with that was so then your man who's leading the brainstorm goes, Bernie, stop making these ideas. And he's like, fuck you, George, fuck you, or whatever his name was. I was like, it's like, where's your wife, Joe? Where's your wife? And all that stuff was improv.
Oh, really?
We did the same thing. So we just kept rolling the camera, and I was like, Ross, just shout out some stuff. And Ross was like, I put on your coat and made fun of you. When you weren't here, I put on your coat and I made fun of you. It's like so stupid. And we were like, when we were filming, like the reason why Ross is the only one on camera for that is because we're all laughing so much.
Really?
And there's so much of that we're just rolling laughing. So I love that stuff.
Of course.
So
that is
that's
brilliant.
unreal.
I used to, I'm only in comedy now, but I used to hear people having writers, right?
Yeah.
And even now you kind of think, someone has a writer. Like now, if it's someone writing a word for word and someone doing it, which you hear a lot of people doing, I would be not against that. Like I would say against that, but I do love the idea of, say, I have an idea. Me and you do it a lot,
and it's you.
And me and you just bounce because you know
that's
me.
It. That's it.
So I just say like, oh my god, my nanny died.
Yeah.
I wish you were gay, but like,
I wish you were gay.
No.
My nanny just died, and now suddenly I have the urge that
you were
gay.
I wish you were gay.
And I wish he understood the difference between his trousers and his unders.
That's not again.
That's
a long callback.
That's a flick back.
That's a long callback. Flick back. Yeah. Just like your granny died.
No, sorry. He has a joke about that. And I didn't even help you that one. So let's just say this one's gone everywhere with me here. But let's just say I have an idea of a joke, right? And I might say, what if I say this? And he knows me, and he knows how I go on.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what if you did this? And like, oh my God. And then keep rolling against each other, against each other. And this little thing now has become a 5 minute set now.
100%.
You know what I mean? I love the idea of that. And I don't think a lot of people do a lot of that working together. Like, well, what you say there
that's it. But like that's the thing. Is like you need to. Where do you go to do that?
Just laughing. True though. Like,
where do you go to do it? Like,
if there's been a few comedy clubs that are like, right, we're gonna have like an hour session before the out, but it's not really like it's like no one's gonna go to it if they're in work or. Like fair play to the lads who are putting it on, but it's not like a proper organised thing. Like you would have here, like a writer's room with 30 people. Like people are scrambling to get to it.
There was a great idea. There's a club called Raiders Comedy Club. Right. A guy called Sean did it. They had a great idea for Christmas. We couldn't do it. I can't remember where we were, but basically they were doing a competition. And they do it every Tuesday. And one Tuesday before Christmas, they weren't doing a show. What they said is, whoever wants to come in. Yeah. We'll do, I think they were saying, like, they'll do tables of 5. Yeah. And then you have 10 minutes, you mess off each other with an idea. Yeah. Then you move table.
Oh, cool.
So you go to the next table.
Yeah. Like a riff off.
A lot of people didn't show up.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably just that feel. It doesn't feel like it's properly organised, even though they put a lot of work into that. Like,
I do think it's hard to grow bigger than a comedy club, right? And it's even harder again when you're in such a small little country. So but what I have found is, even if you're paying somebody 50 quid, which I try to always make sure people get paid and stuff. So like the idea with that, no, not ye. I'm working on the clock here. But like,
we're paying him here.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks very much. But I love the idea because I've never had anyone cancel ever. Never ever had anyone cancel, and that's because I think I respect them, and then they respect the Newscheck, news talk for you. But I think that's the thing is the mutual respect, and that takes ages to build that trust. You know, like I remember when I started, loads of people were like, "Oh, what the hell is this?" or "What the fuck is this?" And now people would message me going, "Here, listen, I'd love to be on a video, or I'd love to do something with you." And that's such a nice feeling, you know. And it's great. And I think sometimes you can kind of lose touch of that. Like I definitely lose touch of it all the time. I go like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you know, and then forgetting, all the time. Like, Jesus Christ,
we do a little bit as well.
Because you're kind of looking at going, and you know, like the worst thing is you see that retention rate, and you see like a dip loads. But then sometimes you make something really good, and you're like, oh, this is deadly. You know, got to keep going. But would you never do like radio or anything like that? No.
I'd actually loved it. I actually got tricked there a while ago on work, right? And this is FM 104. And I was like, do you want to be on the radio? And I was like, right? And I was like, are you around in, let's say, April, the last week of April? And I was like, I was like, are you in TY? I was like,
for fuck's sake.
The TY thing they did.
Could you just do it anyway?
Well, you thought I was 21, so
honestly, sorry lads.
21-year-olds in TY, bro. That's, I don't know what skill that is.
Also, that makes no sense. You were telling me you were working for, can I say where you were working? You were working for somewhere for 7 years. It's like, if he was 21, he would have been working when he was
14. That was me.
It's like, what? He would have been 14 starting in his job. It's like, that makes no sense.
And it's still not a fucking snooker table.
No, it's still not a snooker table. But you're right. Yeah, always. Oh, that's tough. I think he'd be brilliant on radio.
I'd loved it.
I've never thought about it, really.
Oh, it's you know what? I listen to it now and work a lot of certain radio. Some hosts are really good at it. Yeah. Like, you know, Graham and Nathan.
Yeah.
We have them
brilliant
on this week.
No way.
Yeah. And what they do is... Obviously, you have to play fucking music. It's the radio, But what they do is...
Do you? Shit.
It's been an hour, you haven't played one show. And you're not in TY or no, you're saying. But they have like... They basically do a podcast for 4 hours. And they have that 2 or 3 minutes chat, stop. And sometimes you're like, fuck it, don't play that song. He's on a roll there. You know what I mean? So I'd love to do there's something there like that.
I think it's a good way, like keeping, like say for example you do a really cool, like really good podcast now, like you do your live show, that's definitely there, but there's also the route then of getting into like doing a radio slot or something like that. You know,
absolutely.
You used to be really good at it, lads. Seriously,
I'd love it. If this podcast now, we did get sponsorships and all. We just our days with through the roof.
What's like where would you love to go now? Like even just in a business perspective, I'm more curious. Like is the plan to kind of just build the audience for the next while and see where you keep where
we'd love to do sketches and stuff like that and mix it in with the I don't know whether we'd like make a separate page and do it like that, or just keep it all under the one roof.
My advice is don't make a separate page.
Yeah.
I used to run this sketch group called Playpen years ago, right? I did it when I was 18 to about 21, and my biggest regret, I got had gotten 1,000 followers on YouTube, and we were kind of getting like known, like, and this is like back in 2014 or whatever, right? So yeah, well, like you hit 1,000, and it's kind of like a moment, do you know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, we're more than just our mates watching us, things, and people would actually have been stopping us on the street. Like I remember this one girl got off her bike, was like, oh my god, can I take a photo with you? And I was like, that's deadly. And I, for some stupid reason, I was like, no, I just dropped it. I just didn't go back to that.
Really?
Yeah. So my advice to you is definitely try keep on the
work
on the one you're on, because it's actually, you don't think about the time because but you're actually putting in so much work that other people aren't putting in right now, and it mightn't feel like a lot, but I guarantee you'll have one thing that'll hit, and you'll suddenly hit 10,000 followers, and then you suddenly hit 20,000 followers. Like I was at 2,000 for ages on Instagram, and then I made something called Meet the Man That Signs Pornography. So he's like just sign language. So it's like, harder, spank me. Did you phone plumber? Check your big pipe. That was so it's this shit, right? And that flew. Like it was like I was so shocked at how many views that got. And I was like that, and then we got like 10,000, 20,000.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So like it's really fun. It's really fun.
You're on 40,000 now, aren't you?
Yeah, and then 60 on TikTok. Then
that's
so
unreal.
My goal is so funny though, like because when I started this in 2022, I was like, all right, end of 2022. December 2022 gonna have 100,000 followers on Instagram. 100,000 followers. Gets the end of Instagram, I think I had 4,000 followers. You just 96,000 to go. You know, like it's way harder.
Instagram is hard as well to crack. Instagram is so.
We were like that at the start. We were like, oh, if we do an episode and we do 10 clips an episode, like surely, literally, surely at the end of 10 episodes we'll have fucking 10, 20, 30, 40,000. But then obviously not. It doesn't work that way.
No.
But
like we've like 6,000 on TikTok now. I think I've said this all the time. But like we've had we had like 500 for like I mean we were stuck on 500. Like going up one follower a week nearly.
Sickening.
One video hit. We went to 2,500 within like 3 or 4 days. Then the same thing. We got another. We went up to about 3 say. And then
you're probably still stuck at 2.5 until that next video.
And then our next video popped a few months later, and it
got us up just before 6.
Just before 6. And it's just crazy what two things can do for you.
It is amazing. And you're just, but the problem is as well is then you're like, oh, I always think this is so annoying because you're always like, what's the next big thing? What am I going to do? That's the next. How am I going to get to my next one? And you're chasing that dragon. And did Joe McGuckin say something like, he was doing a podcast before and he was like, it's hard because you always like when you get one that kicks off, you're refreshing it all the time. And you're like, 20 people liked it, 40 people liked it. You're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And you're like, you get kind of addicted to that. And it's like,
when you see that 99 plus on
TikTok. The 99 plus.
You come to my house.
You come to my house. You give me 99 plus. I expect 99 plus.
Rocky?
Yeah, no.
Rocky?
Yeah.
Julian, where's the 99 likes? Adrian. I said Julian.
There we go. Shauna. So Shauna melting downstairs. That's fucking brilliant. But that's it, isn't it? Like it's trying to just like look past that and try and make it.
Yeah. Joe and Darren are class as well, aren't they?
I think Darren's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I think Joe, like I've never actually, like Joe acting wise as well. Like Joe, he's an amazing actor.
Oh yeah.
He came in and did a thing called Meet the Irish Taxi Regulator one time, and it was basically him going, "Just shut up, will you? Just shut up." He's like talking straight down the camera. The taxi, shut up. It was so good. He came in. I think he did it in like half an hour. Yeah, he shut the whole thing.
Just in and out.
Yeah, they're amazing. Them too.
Like.
I'd love to see more of them together again. They kind of like because obviously they did Free Gaff. It's like I'd love to see another season of that. I really want to see more of that.
Maybe on Newscheck.
You nearly got there.
I was going to say dog as a joke, but then I was like, no.
Yeah, but no, hopefully on Newscheck, like that'd be great.
Have you got someone you would love to have in here, like
Darragh O'Brien? Yeah, Angie. Yeah, Conor O'Brien. No, Andy.
No, I was saying it's a good question.
If you want, we can be Ali G.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, great. What do I think? You change your thinking when you're commissioning stuff though, which is really interesting. Like you kind of start to look at things that like in a different perspective and go, well, what else could be needed on this? I'm working on an idea at the minute that I think will do really well. I'll just tell you, it's called Comedians Adopting Dogs, and it's like one comedian every week comes in, and like so we start. It's like to help. Basically, like there was a huge spike in people giving back dogs, and I was like, this is a great way of counteracting that. Right? Would be like you were about to say something.
No, I like this. this.
Yeah. So like it starts off, and it's like this. We go to the pound or whatever. We see dogs, and we're like, oh my god, this is a really sad story about this dog that was like abandoned or found or whatever. Let's get this dog adopted. So Shane Daniel Byrne or like Tony Campbell or whoever comes in walking up. You can imagine them walking up the driveway up into the pound. They meet the dog, they fall in love with the dog, and they have to use their platform to get that dog adopted. So they have like
This is a real life dog.
Yeah, it's like reality.
It's an actual dog. It's an actual dog. Yeah, and like the dog then gets adopted. Do you know what I mean? And
then the dog has sex with the GPO.
the dog. No. The GPO has sex with the dog.
Oh, no.
Then the GPO. Have you ever seen the GPO? Big pipe. Phone the plumber.
Huge chin.
Huge chin.
That's great.
This is amazing. How long have we been chatting? An hour.
About an hour. Yeah, we
14.
can start rapping.
Won't take much of your time now.
No. I'm just curious.
No, sorry about that. But
Oh my god.
Already,
No worries.
we're stinging you here. We'll definitely have you back to do this again.
That was
brilliant.
We haven't even touched. I hate that.
I love this though
Some
because
people say that haven't even scratched the surface with you. Like,
no, it's true because you were saying there you've never had a consolation. There's definitely a reason for that. I think obviously what you're doing is deadly, but you as a person, this is getting real deep. But you can see how passionate you are about it.
I love it.
And even since we the second we walked through the door, like you're very welcoming to us. Like
it's the cocaine really helps. I absolutely love it. I'm addicted to it. Like I'm in this building by sheer luck, right?
Yeah.
Like I got a job in tech. Actually, I used to run this TV studio in the Daily Mail. So I was running the TV studio in the Daily Mail, and then I got headhunted by a guy to work for his tech company. And then I was like, look, I'm just going to leave. I'm going to set up my own business. I really love comedy, and I was making good money in tech. Like, and everyone talked about how great that is, but I just felt a bit empty doing it. Because I was like, I really love making funny videos, and I have to keep catching myself because sometimes I'm a bit hard. Like, going like the video doesn't do very well or whatever. You spend a bit of time on something, doesn't do well, and you're kind of like, oh fuck, I'm terrible. But you're like, no, you've come so far doing this, and like you love doing it, and it's important to recognize that. And comedians are, I don't know, I think the reason why people are comedians is because they're so fucking depressed about themselves. They just want a bit of a like support, or they want so in other words, they're by their very nature hard on themselves. I think it's important for all comedians to stop and go, fuck, we're doing it, we're trying it, this is us. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like and sometimes I look back at videos I made like 10 years ago, way more hair, and I'm delighted. I'm like, why was I so depressed back then? Do you know, kind of way? I'm like, fuck me, man, you looked great. I was like, you know what I mean? And it's important to remember, like, even this stuff, I'd say, like, because it's tough starting a podcast now. Do you know what I mean? Like, how long have you been going?
Since October.
It's like, you're only at the very start. Do you know what I mean? Like, so keep going, don't stop.
Definitely.
Don't stop.
That's the main thing. What's the mad stat? Like, I think 70 something stopping like episode 7 or something.
Honestly, I definitely stopped. I tried a few different podcasts and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's like, it's you need to be committed to it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
But you are brilliant. I love this. This is so fun.
So much. Thanks, man. And same to you. Like, really appreciate you coming on and having us here. And
the best thing ever, like, man, we get to do this every week now. We haven't missed a week in 30 odd weeks, and we get to meet cool fucking people, like-minded people. It's fucking. We get money for this now, and we get paid.
You will.
But that's the thing.
It's the best job in the world.
You will.
You asked there what we want to do. Obviously, the podcast getting it bigger, but if we can just have a fucking laugh for a living, we set. We don't need them. Like, I wouldn't mind making millions. We don't need to just make a living out of doing that.
That'd be class.
That's unbelievable.
He's on the way.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, fingers and toes.
But, I want to ask you one last question as well. Just
because
go for it. I know if I was listening to this, I was like, fuck. What were you in New York for? Did you move over there to do anything?
J1, just me J1.
Right.
So I wasn't there for any particular like other reason. It was the year long J1. You know, like when you go to college, you can do like the in between in the summer. There's a second one called like the year long one. I can't remember what it's called.
What did you do?
I worked in outdoor advertising, so I did like
spinning the signs.
I wish. That was a dream. But no, I did. It's actually a really cool job. So I was living in New York. I was living in a place called Greenpoint, which is like out in Brooklyn, and I was going into town working in this outdoor advertising company that had the biggest sign in America. That was their thing. It was the biggest digital sign in the United States, and it was on top of the Marriott. Have you ever seen Times Square. There's like a hotel called the Marriott, and there's a giant sign on it, and it's the biggest sign in America, and they manage that. So like they were fascinating. There was these two lads in this building, similar office to this. I'd go down, I'd film every morning like the different ads that would be on it, so they would send that to their clients. But I swear to God, they'd come in because it's the biggest sign. A lot of this stuff is all about like ego and stuff. So these marketing people would want to be on the biggest sign in the state. So they'd come in and they'd have like checks for like millions of dollars. Like they showed me a check for $1 million from like a company that you definitely know as well. But they'd come in, right? So they'd have the check and they go, boom, 7 figures, baby. Yeah, boom. And they had this, they'd come in and he would never wear his shoes. Gary was his name. He was the nicest man ever. He's like, he's like a dad, like, you know, like he's like he had this popcorn machine that whenever they got more than $1 million, $1 million in a check, he would roll out the popcorn machine. So it could be like half 9 in the morning. And he's like, 7 figures, baby. Yo, we're going for steaks.
Let me just make this popcorn.
Yeah. Let's make us some popcorn over here. Get out of here. That's what he's like. He was fucking brilliant.
So your job was just to record, so the companies would know that he's actually put the.
I swear to God,
That's
that was
mad.
it. Like, that was it.
Have you ever thought about doing that as a sketch?
That specific thing, maybe actually that's a good one.
That's a funny.
Roll the popcorn in.
Yeah, roll the popcorn. That was good. That's when I got into drinking coffee. I'd never drank coffee before in my life, right? And I was like, they had a coffee machine, but they had this thing called creamer. Did you ever hear of creamer? You heard of it?
What is it?
It's like, I thought it was milk. Like I was like, oh, this is just milk.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucking unreal. And I was like, I was drinking so much of this stuff. I was drinking like 4 coffees a day, and I was like fucking jittery. And then I was like, but I was pouring so much this creamer in, and I was thinking, oh, it's just milk. Yeah. And then one of the gals in the office was like, that is not milk. That is like sugar. You've just been drinking like raw sugar. And I was like, hoofing it. They'd be like, all the creamer's gone again. I'm like, who took it?
I don't want popcorn.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna cash this check.
Full of caffeine and sugar.
Swear to God. Man. But like, yeah, like that's New York's class. Like, get away if you can. Like, I think it's so. You know what goes on about Australia or whatever. People like moving to Australia. Like, where else? Like, as in, you know, do go and enjoy yourself and go to another country and try something new, because they're all going to come back. I guarantee you. Like, my sister went to Australia. She came back. Do you know what I mean? Like. You don't want your kids to have Australian accents. I've come to find. Like, a lot of Irish people love Ireland, so they just want to go try something new, you know. Yeah. So like, and for me, then I'm at the stage now where I've went away, I've seen the cool stuff, I've come back, and I'm like, oh, if we could just make something real successful here, then I could pay for all the other things. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, all I need is one thing to do really well and pay for everything. Yeah. And once we got that, then we're laughing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then we can be like, podcast studio, all right, free for this, right? Partnerships with the lads. Do you know what I mean? Partnerships with E. And then you do like a live show. Like, imagine we did like a live show where like all different podcasters come on the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of stuff you can do. Man. You just need one thing to do well.
Of course. You are literally what this country entertainment is. Like, I'm just being honest.
Thank you.
It is. And you're actually doing it as well, which is another thing. I think we're doing a little bit of it.
Yeah,
like, we talked about doing a podcast for ages. We'd love to get to that stage where we can contribute to that as well and add to that. But you're definitely doing it, man. You're killing it, like.
It's big need in the entertainment industry. So thanks, man, on behalf of everybody.
Literally, and obviously.
I can I have the check now?
1 million.
Yeah, 7 figures, baby.
Popcorn. Popcorn, baby.
Yeah, Gary and Justin, and Justin was bald, but he would always shave his head every single morning, but he wouldn't sometimes shave his face. And I remember thinking that is so weird. I was like, why would he? Like, she's got the razor out. Surely he would just shave his face as well. Do you know what I mean? But I'm like, how is that lazy? You've just done your whole head, and now you're not going to do your face. Like, I always thought that was weird. Anyway, this has been great.
This is brilliant, man.
We
really enjoyed that.
God, I feel like I'm going to hug you. Yeah, here we go.
Give us a hug.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks a million, David.
I wasn't recording. Okay. I'm cut.